What is going on, everybody? This is Josh from Sorcerer Studios, and welcome to episode 14 of the Dungeon Game Dev series. Now, I decided to start this by making a new sword, and it's currently codenamed Enchanted Sword, and that's just a name. It might change later, but I decided to do some modeling practice, so I thought maybe I can get some value out of it by making a new asset. And I'm not entirely sure who will be wielding this sword yet. It's quite a mystical weapon, so I'm not exactly sure what it will do yet, but it looks pretty good. And the modeling of this sword should be in the previous video, so if you want to see that, just go into the videos section and it will be there. But yes, and also I will show you the texturing of this, and I believe the texturing looks pretty good. So let me show you the texturing and then we'll get on with the video. So here's a screenshot of the texturing of it, and it looks pretty good. And I actually had quite a bit of help from Matt on this because I was a bit low on time, but it looks pretty good. And because it's a mystical, it kind of has some elements of magic to it. It has a pitch black blade with a red edge to it. So we'll have to see what use we can do for it in the future. And it also has a wooden handle. I might change that though, but we'll have to see. And hopefully this sword plays a pretty good role. And I'm going to add it to my library of... Oop, I hit the desk. I'm going to add it to my library of roughly, I think it's approaching like 30 swords that I've made already. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So anyway, for this video, I believe I'm going to take a little break from the AI of the brute, and I'm going to start working on some more rooms for the actual dungeon. And I believe I need to do that about every so often just to make sure that I'm all caught up on that. So without further ado, let's get into the dungeon. So this is a room that I made a few months ago. And I made it a few months ago because I thought that it would be useful, but I wasn't sure what I would use it for now. But now I think that I can modify it and fit it for the purpose that I want to fit it for. But get ready, there's going to be a lot of lag. So if it's very framey, I apologize. But here's the room, and it's a bit dark because the lighting is a bit off. And also there's an orange spike man in there. I'm not sure why he's there, but this is the prototype of the room I'm working on. I'm definitely going to change a bunch of things here, but this is going to be one of the main, I suppose, holding rooms of this section of the dungeon. Oh yeah, small gap in the wall. I'll definitely have to fix that. But yes, this is the prototype that I'm working with, and let's see where this goes. One small tip for optimization. So there are a bunch of hanging cages here, and there used to be more. I believe there were, let's count, I think 27, because there were 9 of them in each layer, and there were 3 layers, and each bar on these hanging cages, they seem to have a lot of faces on them, and that was a mistake that I made in my early days. So basically there's, I don't know, probably close to 40 bars on each jail. Multiply that by 27 and multiply that by the amount of faces it has, and you're getting into some pretty high poly territory. So it's probably a good idea to optimize whatever you have that won't be extremely close up or important, just like these bars. So that's your optimization tip for the day, and on with the remodeling, I guess. Yeah, on with the remodeling. So for this process to begin, I kind of need to make some sort of a concrete slab, and you'll see what this will be later, but I will show you a time lapse of the modeling and the texturing of that. So here we go. final texturing and modeling of the slab, and it's basically just a big stone slab with lots of firewood on it, and that is meant to pretty much light up the entire room because it's pretty much shrouded in darkness. There are no windows, so that is what it is. Now there is a problem. The only light that's emitting from it is a point light that's right around here, and I kind of want the player to be able to see the sides because, as you saw in the time-lapse video, there is an engraving of the Underground Kingdom symbol. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to place some point lights around it just to have more of an ambient light to it. So let's see what that looks like. So that is a bit better. So basically it's not very easy to see. Yes, please ignore that. That's a hole in the wall. But it's not very easy to see, but it's the small details that count. So I'm not going to reveal what this room is going to be for. You'll have to figure that out on your own, or I'll reveal it later. But I'm currently still, I'll say, renovating this room, and there will definitely be more improvements to this because this will be one of the main rooms in the first scene, or the first act, or whatever you would call it. So we are making some good progress with that. So in the next video, I might get back to some of the AI, or I might finish up renovating this. We'll have to see, but I hope to see you in it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, because I did quite a bit. It's actually very fun making and texturing assets like these that pretty much add I'd say, more details into this barren environment. So, without further ado, I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.